Hey YouTube, it's Zoe, or Read by Zoe, and today I have a book haul and unboxing. I was sent a couple of books from companies, and then I went to Barnes & Noble, and then I bought some books on Amazon, so that's why I have accumulated enough books for a haul. So let's get started. The first book I have is Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. I've already read this. I read it last month, I believe, and I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This is a nice summery contemporary book like all of Morgan Matson's books. It's perfect for any time, but mostly the summer, and I really recommend this book. I'm happy that I picked it up. The next book I picked up was On the Fence by Cassie West. I picked this up because I was really in the mood for a nice summery contemporary book, one that wouldn't take too much effort to read, one that I could just go to the beach for a couple of hours and finish this book. I read a lot of them last summer, but that's also kind of the problem because I read so many of them I can't find any more to read this summer. So I asked a few people for some recommendations, and one person recommended this. It sounded pretty good but also cheesy and cliche, but then again that's kind of what I was looking for. This is about a 16-year-old girl named Charlotte Reynolds. She goes by Charlie. She is the quintessential tomboy who gets a speeding ticket, and because she has to try and pay it off, she has to get a job at this little boutique that is totally against her style. It's all girly, and she also meets a boy and falls in love with him. Then I picked up Forbidden by Tabitha Suzuma, and this is about two siblings, brother and sister, named Lo-chan, I think that's how you say his name, and Maya, and they have this terrible alcoholic mother who is completely unaware of what's happening around her, so they both step in and become parents to their younger siblings, and then they start to fall in love with each other. It kind of reminds me of Stolen by Lucy Christopher, one of my favorite books, not plot-wise because they're completely different, but just the fact that there are some weird romances that you understand the psychology behind it and you understand what they are thinking, and you're not sure whether to root for it or to just think that it's completely unethical, because in Stolen it's Stockholm Syndrome because the girl is kidnapped by this guy who has been stalking her, and in this they are brother and sister, so you don't really want to root for it, but you really are unsure what to think about it, and it sounds really good. Then I have Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. I have heard nothing but great things about her books. She's written quite a few. She's written this and Slammed, Ugly Love, which I hear is going to be made into a movie with some really attractive main character, Nick Bateman, I think that's his name. He's very attractive, and some other books I can't think of anymore. Point of Retreat, that's another one. I haven't read any of them, but yet I know so many of the names just because everyone is obsessed with them. If you don't know, Colleen Hoover writes new adult fiction, and I don't think I've read any new adult before. I've read adult and I've read YA, but I don't think I've ventured into that middle section. This is about a 22-year-old girl named Sydney, and her boyfriend cheats on her with her best friend, which just sounds completely terrible. And so she's lost 2 of her closest companions. She has no one to turn to. She finds this sexy neighbor named Ridge who plays the guitar, and they start to have some romance, you know, and there's probably some romance. I went to Barnes & Noble, and if you follow me on Twitter, which you should by the way, I have a lot of late night tweets about nothing in particular, but a couple of days ago I went to Barnes & Noble to pick up these books, and I ran into some trouble. I had a very tough time at Barnes & Noble. The first book I bought was The Heir by Kiera Cass. This is the 4th book in the Selection series, and this is not really a continuation of the Selection series, the first 3 books, but it's kind of like a spin-off. It is about America's child, Princess Edelyn, and her own selection. So it's kind of separate, but still part of the same overall story. I'm really excited to read this. And the second book I bought, which caused all of my problems at Barnes & Noble, was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I actually have an art copy of this book down there, and I read the first half of the book. I loved it, but I had to put it down because I was reading a book for school and I had to dedicate my time to finish that. and I never picked it back up. Just like Heir of Fire, the exact same thing happened. I don't know what it is about Sarah J. Maas's books. I love them, but then I had to stop reading them and then I forgot to pick them back up. I don't know why. I'm just a terrible person like that. They were so good too. But this is a fairy tale retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but it's fantasy too, and it's really good. You should read it. I have a few books to unhaul. Let's open this up. It's vacuum sealed, so I don't want to cut the book, but no, I got it. We're good. I purchased this used, and this is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the second book in the Raven cycle, but this is actually a old library copy, so it has, like, it still has a card and everything in it, and it's from Palm Beach County Library, but that's okay. It's still in really good condition for being used and only being like $2, so I'm excited to read this. I really like the first book, The Raven Boys, and I need to read the next book, this book, so that I can know what's happening next. So here is the next book. Why are these always so hard? Ah! Yeah, okay. Ooh, I remember now. Okay. This is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I read this in 9th grade, so 5 years ago, and I loved it so much, but we got our books through the school and we were checking them out from the library, so I didn't actually have my own copy. This is the Penguin Classics version. I really want to reread it because I loved this book. I love Charles Dickens. And the last book I bought for myself is right here, and I just bought it the other day, so I completely remember what this one is. I'm excited to finally get it out though. Here is the book, and it is The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. This is the second book in the Heroes of Olympus. Yeah, there's, okay, making sure I didn't buy the wrong one. I just finished The Lost Hero. I loved it and I had to get the nice book. I'm so happy that they have it in paperback because these are the floppiest and nicest paperbacks. This past month I was given 2 different bookish subscription boxes by 2 different companies for me to review. And the first one is Litcube, and then there is Owlcrate, and I'm going to unbox Litcube first. So let's open this right here. Okay, this is a little hard. Okay, here we go. Ooh, I'm not going to look at this card because it's going to have spoilers of what's inside, and I want to be surprised. There's a t-shirt! This is so cute! Oh my gosh, I love t-shirts! I don't have that many bookish t-shirts. I think I have like 2. This is so cute. I do believe in fairy tales. I do, because it's like, I do believe in fairies from Peter Pan. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. So there are 3 different edible things in here. The first one is Magic Morsels bite-sized fairy tale brownies in chocolate chip. This sounds really good. I love brownies. I love sugar in general. I eat sugar day in, day out. I think it's really bad for me. It is really bad for me. You shouldn't eat that much sugar, but I mean, it's what keeps me awake, alive, functioning as a human being. So, and then we have this cute cookie made from scratch by Steph. Thank you, Steph. And then we have these Jiva coffee cubes in hazelnut. They are premium instant Colombian coffee and caffeinated. I am not too much of a coffee drinker. When I do drink coffee, it's like 1% coffee, 99% milk and sugar and things like that. And then we have the sticker that says Book Geek. It's not just a name, it's a way of life. And finally, there is the book from the April box, which is Unenchanted, An Unfortunate Fairy Tale by Chanda Han. And this is about a teenage girl named Mina Grime who saves the life of her crush on a high school field trip, which makes her really popular, but that's not a good thing because she is a descendant from the Brothers Grimm, and this starts an old family curse that is connected to the Brothers Grimm, and she has to try and outwit a powerful story from making her its next fairy tale victim. That sounds kind of vague, but also really interesting because I like fairy tales. Thank you, Litcube, for sending me a box. That was really cool, and I really enjoyed all the things, especially the t-shirt. I'm going to wear that a lot. And the last box is from Owlcrate, and I really like the packaging. It's so fancy. So let's open this on up. I'm not going to look at the card because, again, spoilers. Ooh, look at that. So the first thing that I see right here when I open up the box is a candle from the page. One, I'm obsessed with their candles. They have the most interesting scents, and the scent that I got is Dobby's socks. Like from Harry Potter. Like from my life. like from Dobby. Oh my gosh, I am so happy with this. It's cute too, it's all pink. It smells like linen. This smells really good actually. The next thing is in this pretty box. Is this a Fault in Our Stars necklace? Oh my goodness. It's from Forever Always Designs, and that is so cool. It says okay, okay, and it has quotes inside of all the letters that if you get close enough you can read. The next thing in here is a tote bag, and it says, OMG, what even? I ship it. Ah, the feels. I can't even, the OTP, what is air? That's really cute. And you can see that, obviously, because it's big enough for you to see it. I'm going to put books in here and bring it to the library. I love the library, but I always forget a tote bag, and now I have the perfect one for the library. And the book that is in here is Everything That Makes You by Mariah McStay. I have not heard of this book actually, which makes me really excited because I love reading books that I don't know much about, because then I can make my own opinion about it. And ooh, I think this is a signed little, I forgot what those are called. Book plate. So I just read the summary of this book and it sounds really cool. Like, I want to read it right now cool. It's about this girl named Fiona Doyle, and she got in an accident 12 years ago, which leaves her face covered in scar tissue, and it gives two different stories. One, that she got in the accident, and two, that she wasn't in the accident. And though in the one that she wasn't in the accident, she is a really good student and she's getting a full ride to a college and she plays lacrosse and she's really happy. But in the one that she wasn't in an accident, she is really shy and she can't even talk to the person that she likes. And she writes in her notebook and things like that. So it shows how one little event, not little, but one thing can change your life forever. And it sounds really cool. I want to read it. Thank you so much, Owlcrate, for sending me this box. It was really cool, and thank you again, Litcube, for sending me your box. That was my book haul and unboxing. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will talk to you all later.